Hey guys, welcome back to the Rookie Hour. This is your host Pritesh and Socrates.
This is Usher Ahmad.
And this is Hussein Daruber. That's my name.
Welcome back, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Last week's episode was super fun. We talked
Yep.
about school, and then we talked about Apple's products, and I guess it was interesting.
Yes.
That was interesting. It was my birthday.
This week's,
It was my birthday last week, I guess. Even though it's
Yeah,
it's
It's
last week.
still technically
It's
his
still
birthday.
my birthday. When you're watching this, I'm a week into 16 years old.
yeah,
Nice.
when you guys are watching it, yeah, it's interesting that way. Let's
Yeah.
So yeah, this week's episode is also going to be pretty good. We're talking about politics, I think. And
Politics, specifically the debates, and then we're gonna go
Mhm.
into the Series X versus PS5.
Wait, hold
Never-
on.
Yep.
Since wait, never mind. Actually, never mind. Ignore what I said.
We're
gonna-
I was
Okay.
gonna say I was gonna say if we're uploading this on the 25th, then it will be my brother's birthday.
So you
Wait,
want us
really?
to say happy birthday to Zohair?
I guess so.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
happy birthday, Hussein's brother this
But,
time.
no, I was like, that just came in my head. I was like, oh, that'd be really cool. But I don't know when we're uploading this. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. So Series X, PS5, and then we're gonna go to, if you have time, movie and TV
Movies
show
and TV shows,
suggestions. So I guess we can go right into it. We can go to the debates. Right now, the third debate has not happened. The first debate happened, and as we all know, it was a dumpster fire. Constant interrupting. The moderator was having a tough time, and the second debate that was supposed to happen got canceled because Trump refused to participate in a virtual, which is that's up to
Mhm.
debate. But yeah, we can talk about the first one.
Wait,
Who wants to go?
The first one, who's the moderator in that?
I forgot his name. I can look it up.
Wallace? Something Wallace.
Oh, yes,
Yes,
Wallace.
Wallace.
Oh.
We'll just say Wallace.
I was gonna say
Chris
the
Wallace.
first debate. If there was a title for the first debate, it would be White House Under Fire, featuring Donald Trump, Joe Biden,
And Chris Wallace.
whatever Wallace do.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was funny. I think did we watch it together? I think we chatted at the same time.
Yeah, we texted during it, but we didn't watch it together.
Yeah. It was really. I think that's my first one that I watched, a political debate, and for the first one I watched, it was really funny.
It's not supposed to be like this. Oh my.
Like most of the time, the questions were ignored. We didn't get the answers we needed to get. I'm not gonna say who did better because I'm not gonna say it. But
Yes. It's up for
let's see
debate.
though.
The people,
Yeah, people were debating.
the
One
people-
side that and
the people who socially distanced in the crowd did better. With the masks.
People, I mean, I think it boils down to if you're a Republican, you're gonna say Republicans did better, Democrats did better. That's how it goes
Yeah.
with most things. One funny thing that happened is,
I think that was the vice president debate.
yeah, that was the vice. So last week's vice presidential debate had Mike
Yeah.
Pence and
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Thank you.
Yeah.
So during Pence's, I forgot what question, a fly landed on his head. And I guess he didn't notice, or he tried swatting at it and it didn't go away.
He didn't.
He didn't notice, and so there's people making memes out of it that the fly did better, or something like that.
Dude, Twitter is crazy.
Yeah.
If y'all all have anything that's trending, right, just look at Twitter. The memes, the wordings, the sentences, it's just out of the world. It's too good.
A title for that would be not the White House. Something Under Fire featuring Kamala Harris, Mike Pence, and the famous fly.
But I mean, I don't know. That debate was more calm, collected, and
Yeah.
we
There
actually
was-
got answers to questions.
There was a couple interruptions, but it was not
Mhm.
as bad as the last debate. The last debate was not good.
Yeah.
I think Kamala.
People-
Yeah.
I think Kamala Harris. She did. I think that there was one part that stood out. She was like, "I'm talking, Vice President."
Oh,
or
yeah.
something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she said like,
And I was scared.
I'm
Yeah, I got
talking.
chills. I kind of got chills. I was kind of scared because like if that happened to me, I would just. Oh my goodness, that would hurt so much.
yeah, she was pretty what's it called? It's a term to use.
She was like she.
I don't know, was it what?
She kind of babied him a little bit, you know.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, it was a good debate in terms of information. I actually learned a lot in that, I would say.
Yeah, the second
Um,
one.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the next one. Hope it's good, more better.
It's gonna be
managed than
between
the
Joe
first one.
Biden and Donald Trump again,
Mhm.
and they said they might amend the rules, like the debate committee. Who knows? Hopefully, it's not as bad, but
There-
I have a feeling it will be bad.
There was supposed to be, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday, there was a town hall. There's supposed to be a town hall debate between Joe Biden and
Yeah.
Donald Trump. But since Donald Trump had COVID, and I think they were planning to do it virtually, but I think
Mhm.
Donald Trump or Joe Biden, I don't know who.
I think it was
Rejected that.
Trump. not
There
sure.
was
He
Trump.
rejected
He
that.
said no because he didn't. He thought he would like they would mute his mic or something like
Yeah.
that. So he said no. So instead, what they did is that they held
Mhm.
private rallies. So Trump had one of his famous rallies, and then Biden had like I think either a town hall or a rally, but it wasn't as big as his because he wanted to do more social distancing.
Mm.
I think NBC said more people listened to Joe Biden than they listened to Trump. So take that with a grain of salt though, because that doesn't really reflect anything. But I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can't trust any news source at this time because some support Trump, some support Biden.
Well, they can't lie
It's
on the
just really
specific numbers, but
Conflicted.
people like if you like your candidate already, I don't think you're gonna listen to those things. If you're like
Yeah.
diehard.
Yeah.
I was
I
actually.
mean, again,
Yeah,
it
wait.
always comes down
Yeah,
to
Hussein.
Democrat versus Republican.
I was actually I think I tuned in to like maybe like 30 minutes of the Donald Trump whatever, and it was more like a debate between the moderator, whoever that was, some lady, I don't know who, and Donald Trump. I mean, I thought it was just supposed to be like someone asks questions and then like the Donald Trump's gonna answer them and like no interruptions,
Oh.
but for some reason I don't know if this was like a thing like it's supposed to happen, but the moderator was baiting Donald Trump, and whenever he was answering someone else's question, from the crowd, like how they do, the moderator was like going in between, and then kind of like fact checking Donald Trump, and I don't know, I felt like that was kind of unfair, but
Maybe. I didn't watch that, so I don't know. But in terms of what you're saying, I guess the moderator isn't supposed to
yeah, I don't think a moderator was supposed
argue with him.
maybe she wasn't a
That
moderator,
matters.
maybe she was supposed to debate.
Maybe.
I'm not sure. I didn't
I'm
tune
not
into that
sure.
one.
I watched like
Yeah,
30
I mean,
minutes.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I want to just say an important thing. I think it just comes down, again, to Democrats versus Republicans. And since those two are the major parties, and since people already know who they're supporting, right? We don't know what's going to happen.
I think
Yeah.
It
the
just
polls,
depends on the
The
election.
polls right now they say Joe Biden's in the lead, but I mean, really,
Anything can happen.
American elections are decided by the swing states. So
Yeah.
the Florida votes, Iowa votes, a couple other states. So if he wins over those people, he'll win. If Trump keeps them, then he'll still win again, get a second term.
But I think Biden has the swing states, though. I'm not sure.
Yeah, one other controversial thing I think Trump said, he was asked if there's going to be a peaceful transition of power if he loses. And he didn't say no, and he didn't say yes. People are kind of like,
Yeah.
they're thinking, well, if he loses, like, what is he going to do,
What can he do?
no, actually, I think I was on the town hall debate or whatever it was. There was actually a question about this. Would there be a peaceful, what is the term? Peaceful what?
Transition.
Just transition.
Transition,
And
yeah.
Donald Trump said yes, there will be, and he said he'll only do that whenever there's a fair election. You know how there's like rumors of like rigged elections and like hacking and stuff.
Mm.
So I guess Donald Trump answered it. He said there would be only if there was.
I mean,
Yeah,
there
that-
was that in the 2016 election, too, so I don't know what he's talking about.
On that
Yeah,
one,
that was Obama. No, he wasn't even running. So.
you mean
That's true,
it was
I guess.
Hillary versus Trump.
No, as in like Obama. He was always going to do a peaceful transition because he wasn't running.
Oh,
He was kind of forced.
No, I'm talking about rigging of the polls and stuff. It
Oh, yeah,
happened in
I think
2016 too.
I
so.
think people confuse hacking with they go into the system and they change it.
Mm.
When people think of hacking, what they do is that they go on like Facebook or they go on like ads on Google and they just post ads and they call out like the other side or they do like really extremist viewpoints. That's what they mean. Like bots,
Really?
they make like hundreds of thousands of accounts.
No, I think it also is like polls kind of thing, like you fake
I
polls.
Yes,
I
that
think
too.
there's some people who like if there's a ballot that votes for someone, then they take that ballot out or something. I think they're talking about something like that. I'm not
I
sure.
think
Maybe.
I read an article. I mean, I think Trump was talking about voter fraud at one point. He said that mail-in ballots would like commit voter fraud, and then people saying that's not true. They said that voter fraud happens in the United States, but it's such a small amount that it could never decide in an election. Like it's just that small.
100%. Yeah, it happens in every country. If I'm honest, like
Mhm.
it's always gonna happen. It just ends up being a moral conscience kind of thing. If y'all want to do it, I mean, we can't stop you. It just depends on what you think in your mind and if you want to be a good, decent person. If I'm honest.
I know Hussein, your parents voted, right?
I think so. They were talking about it voting. They're not really into that, but I'm pretty sure they did. Because they're allowed to
your
now,
parents did
since
too,
they're-
right?
Yeah, my dad definitely did. I think my mom was gonna do it. She either did it today, maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, I'm
My-
not sure my parents are either.
My dad did a mail-in ballot like 2 weeks ago.
But one problem I was like kind of like thinking about was that even so, you know how in Texas, let's just say someone votes, someone's a Democrat and is in Texas and he votes for the Democrat candidate. But in Texas, if most of the people here are Republicans, that vote does not matter at all.
That's what people
Yeah, that's
say.
true. But
So
that's what is gonna
But your
happen.
vote-
They're talking about it's changing now.
They
in
say
terms
so.
of-
Projections were saying that Texas might become a swing state or a purple state,
Oh.
either by next election or the one after that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of rural counties, they're like, of course, they're gonna be Republican, but all the major cities, they're Democratic, and there's some like medium-sized cities, and they're like kind of in between. So we'll see.
I think a rule.
See, that's what matters. What always matters is the rural states and midtown.
I think ruler states are more Republican, right?
Yeah, ruler states.
That's what happened in the
90%.
last election.
Mhm.
Hillary won the popular vote, I think.
Yeah,
But
she
in
won the
terms
popular
of-
vote, but she lost the
Yeah.
electoral college vote because
Exactly.
the states that had more electoral college points got Republican because the swing states, you know.
Yeah, it's interesting. Y'all need to look up into it, like audience. I mean, it's interesting. Y'all need to learn this. I mean, we're 16. I think in a couple, or gonna be 17 in a couple years. We gotta start voting too. So, vote for the right people. That's all I'm saying.
Me and Pre can vote in the midterms. I think Hussein, you might miss it by like a couple months.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
16. Wait, how old do you have to be?
You have to be
So
18.
18, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. Midterms is 2 years in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
What exactly does that mean? To completely understand it.
Honestly, I'm not the best person to ask.
Mm.
But I know it decides the congressional seating. I think.
Search it up.
Ah. Okay.
What is a midterm election?
Yeah.
Tell us.
What does it say?
To determine which political party will control the chambers of the U.S. Congress for the upcoming 2 years. So it's a
Yeah,
Congress.
you're right. Yeah. That's also pretty. In the recent protests going on, I think Congress is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wasn't there something about Donald Trump appointing Amy
Klobuchar.
Barron? What's her name?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure in the name, but yeah,
Amy
yeah.
Barron.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah,
controversy.
I'm not anybody to judge anybody because I don't know how well qualified she is, but
Amy Coney Barrett.
people
Talking about here-
Coney Barrett, yes.
yeah, I think she's slightly qualified, right? She's
People. That's not the issue. The issue is that so Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I don't know her name. She died, and she was a Supreme
Yeah.
Court justice. And when you're on the Supreme Court, that's a life appointment. It's not like a term thing. So
That's true.
she died, and she was. So the Supreme Court's not supposed to have political parties. It's supposed to be like independent people. But you know, in the end, you know who's gonna be more conservative, and you know who's gonna be more liberal. So the Republicans, they expedited the process of getting a Supreme Court justice, and they made sure that she was like pro-life. You know, all the Republican values, and that's just what they wanted to do, and it makes sense for them. But the Democrats claim is that because she died in an election year, you're not supposed to appoint somebody because you don't know who's going to win the election. Because if
You're
it's
supposed to
a
let the people choose.
if it's a Democratic president, then shouldn't there be a Democratic nomination? If it's a Republican, there should be a
Or
Republican
like let the
nomination.
president who you trust choose
Yeah.
whoever it is. Because there's not
So-
supposed to be political parties.
I mean, I just don't like. I don't know. I personally do not like political party views because it always ends up being you either get this side or that side. You never get a good combination. So at the end, what always happens, no matter who gets elected, the people are always gonna lose some stuff.
Yeah,
So it just ends up mattering what you value more. You know what I mean?
that makes a lot of sense. A lot of other countries they have like more than two. America's
Yeah.
I don't know why we have two. That's just sad.
Like I just personally feel like there needs to be more individual people gathering more support, and more younger people gathering
Yeah.
support to become the president. That's what I'm doing. It might be, I don't know if it's controversial or anything, but it's just my
It's
view.
cool
on it.
though. I think we're having record early voting numbers right now. And like
I
I think
almost every
there's
state.
just general record number of voting, just like a record actual people who are voting.
I saw a headline and it was like one day in Harris County, where the early votes came in, were more votes than the entire state of Georgia on that day.
Ooh, damn, that's
And
insane.
Harris County's pretty big. So
Yeah.
I think ours is one of the big cities in USA itself.
Fourth or third.
yeah, I think
Yeah, fourth or third.
Houston's the largest.
I guess enough about politics. We'll go into some lighter topics. Like
Yeah.
we talked about iPhones last one. This time we'll go into consoles.
Yes.
think that's interesting.
The new console generation. So you have Microsoft's Xbox brand, and they have the Series X, which is $499, and they have the Series S, which is cheaper but still really powerful at $299. And you have Sony's
Mhm.
PlayStation and the PS5, that's $499, and then they have a PS5 digital edition, which just means that you can't use CDs anymore, and that's $399.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the
I mean, the-
series. I'd rather go with the digital, right?
Yeah, 100%. No. In terms of what's it called, I think most people should go back into start using digital stuff because I don't find the big deal in paying money, like $200 or what, $100 more or something. Usher,
It's
you think $100
between
just to
the
get one
Series
with the disc?
the Series S to Series X is 200, and the PS5
Mm.
digital to the normal one is 100.
Yeah, but the thing is, the PS5 digital and the PS5 Pro, if I want to say, is basically the same thing minus the disc.
Yeah, it's the
However,
exact same
for
thing.
the Xbox though, the $200 price cut makes the I think instead of native 4K, what 120 frames per second.
I think the
It's-
teraflops are similar, which is like processing power. But I
Yeah.
think graphical, like it can't do native 4K on some games, and it just can't handle as much as the Series X. But that's not to say it's a bad system. It's still very powerful. It's just
really, it's
cheaper.
more better than the One S. It's better than the One S. It's as good, I would say, as the One X. I would say.
It's better than the One X because it's old gen.
Yeah, One X, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be better than that.
They all have SSDs, which means like you load your games faster. Just everything's faster. And I know.
Hussein in the background is just having fun with this.
Sorry, I'm just facing my guns.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so me and Hussein are console people. I know Hussein, you play PlayStation, but if you could choose any console, would you go PS5 or would you switch to Xbox?
If I didn't have a PlayStation before, honestly,
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, I don't have too much information to make that because
I would switch with Xbox just because I like the controller better than
I-
Well, yeah,
Xbox.
but that means that you've already played with the controller and stuff. I've never played.
I've
with
also
Xbox.
played with your controller.
Well, no, but I'm saying like as in like for like you've actually had Xbox for the for your
That's true.
whatever. I've had PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just looking at it in terms of you've never had a console before, I think most people probably like PS was like Sony's PlayStation was popular before and it still is, but in terms of raw power, the One X did
Series
really well,
X.
and then now the Series X has done. I think it's better, more power than the
It's more powerful.
PS5.
The big thing with the PS5 is that it has lots of exclusive games. It has Spider-Man, it has God of War, and so much other stuff I can't even name. And
Yeah.
Microsoft only has Halo, which is a big deal, but it got delayed till next year, so people are salty about that.
There's State of Decay, there's Motorsport. They got Bethesda recently for a
Yes,
couple $1 billion.
that was a big deal. So they bought Bethesda, and if you don't know what Bethesda is, it's like this huge media conglomerate, and they make like really popular game series. They bought them for how much money, Pre?
It's a couple $1 billion for sure. 1 or 2 billion.
Yeah, I think it's the biggest gaming purchase ever in the gaming industry.
It's pretty insane. Both are gonna do well. I hope Xbox does well this time, but it's just always because games wise, I also do not like this stupid exclusive games thing. It's kind of annoying because I think people should need to experience more games, and just buying a whole console for just that one game shouldn't really be the thing, you know?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. I don't know what's the big deal about it. I guess in terms of, again, like I say, it's the consumer who's losing.
Yes.
It's not
I agree.
the Xbox people and PlayStation owners are the ones who are getting better deals because they get more money.
Yeah. For me, going back to the question, if I would rather choose Xbox and PS5, like I'm at that position. I think I would be like because I don't know much about the like the tech or whatever, or like the in depth or whatever. I would say
Right.
for me, it does not matter. Like I wouldn't have thought that there would have been an actual debate whether to get a Xbox or PS5. It was literally either you get one or the other. They do the same job, and I don't see it. For me, generally, I don't see a big difference. I mean, if both of them are, you're playing a game on them. I don't know for me, but I guess for people who like to go into depth with these things, then they would see a difference because you're going.
I think
depth,
again,
and then-
price matters. I think.
Yeah.
True. I've only bought like one console in my.
Same.
I have, like, a
No, again, the
PS2
price
or
matters.
something.
$2.99, $3.99,
Yeah,
$4.99.
I guess so. Yeah, the price would be probably the biggest. Whatever. It's always the biggest.
Yeah.
Deciding factor. Yeah.
Variant or something.
And
Yeah.
Xbox has a new program called Xbox All Access. And so you can pay off your Series S monthly with no interest, and you get 2 years of Game Pass, which is like the Netflix for gaming.
Dude, that Game Pass, man, it's so much better than the PlayStation one, and now it also includes EA Access.
Yes. Play Game Pass
So-
has hundreds of games at this point. It's so good. I recommend it. If you can't afford it, get it. I haven't had to pay for a game in such a long time because it's already on Game Pass when it comes out.
Yeah, it's like, what's it called? At the end, like I said, it doesn't matter what exclusive you have, because a lot of the games are in Xbox gameplay, and I think in Game Pass, and I think the new games that are coming out are also going to be in the Game Pass for free, right? If I'm not
Yes.
wrong. The
Any
exclusives.
Microsoft first party thing is automatically on Game Pass day one.
That's kind of insane. You, instead of spending $60 to $80 for a new game, you pay $15 a month, if I'm not wrong, for EA Access and new games. It's a pretty good deal.
Yes.
I would say.
Because let's say you get Halo, and Halo's $60. So that's 4 months subscription, that would equal 60. Plus you're probably gonna get other games, and there are multiple games come out a year. So you're saving money already. I mean, I think it's just a great deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's good.
Hussein.
Yeah, I think that's about it, I would say,
Yeah.
for Xbox.
So yeah.
You got anything else to add, Hussein, on that?
To be honest, I wasn't even listening. That's fine.
No, that's good. All right, we can go to the next one. What's it? Movies. We did this a little couple episodes ago, I think.
Yeah.
1 or 2.
Yeah, I
3
think we did on the first episode actually.
Oh yeah, that's true. We
That
did do it.
was-
on the
that
first
was-
episode.
That was the one with we were doing it without the camera because the
Cameras. Yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, if y'all want to go watch any of the previous stuff, go watch it. It's all interesting, good stuff.
Yeah.
Don't forget to do that.
I
Yeah.
think first of all, for the first movie, a week or no, actually the weekend that school was starting, me and Escher went to see Tenet in the theaters.
Mhm.
And I guess we could just reflect on that. I know you haven't watched it, right?
No, I haven't watched it. No.
So yeah, me and Hussein went. Hussein, what do you think of the movie out of 10?
First time watching, or like in the movies, I was confused, like really confused, because I mean it was super fast. Everything was going super fast, and you couldn't really like follow the plot and stuff, and you could barely hear the people. I think there was one of the Who's the Michael Nolan?
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan. Yeah.
How do you not know him?
I'm
His
sorry.
name. I'm sorry, Hussein. That's a crime.
Nolan. I got that one right. I got Nolan. Like you can barely hear the dialogue, and like it's kind of hard to follow. And you have this like brain teaser and stuff like going backwards in time, and in a time where you're going backwards in time that is going forward or something.
It's like inversion, so you're going
Yeah,
backwards,
inversion.
but your backwards is still your forwards. If that makes sense.
You're
Exactly. It does not make sense, guys.
If you
it
watch
does
the
make sense when you watch. Yeah.
when you watch the movie, it makes sense, but
Yeah.
you have to watch the movie or else it won't make sense.
Like
But-
think from the camera's point of view right now, the audience watching, everything's going into like normal speed, but then just imagine me, I'm doing inverse stuff. Like so, if I drop in my AirPods right now, I would actually be like picking it up,
Yeah.
and I don't know, it's something. Just watching.
It's just like a video playback in reverse. That's all that's happening, you know.
Okay. Makes sense.
But so you said that out of 10 though, what would you rank it, or just whatever you want?
I mean, I have to actually like. There was main parts in the movie, like there was like I guess one emotional part right at the end, which was probably. I mean, I would say maybe 8 because it was kind of exhausting to watch. It wasn't like it wasn't comfortable watching it because you want to know what's happening, but like at the same time, the director does not want to. He's done everything in his power for the audience to be confused.
Yeah, it's a standard procedure with Christopher Nolan movies.
Yeah, for me,
He's amazing. Bro.
I would also give it an 8, maybe 8.5.
Yeah.
There's lots of battle sequences in that movie. It's like a Christopher Nolan. It's like his take on like a spy movie or a James Bond movie. So you know the action's gonna be good, and it was really good. The plot makes sense. Like Hussein
Yeah.
said, it's
Actually,
confusing
the
to
plot-
follow.
The plot at the end, I mean, it all ties in really well, and it's kind of sad. Like I think what you're talking about with
Yeah.
like,
Just
the
foreshadowing.
the start is the beginning is the start. No. The start is the end, and the end is the start. You'll figure that out if you watch it. The end.
Yeah, it's all gibberish to me, guys. I haven't watched it, so if
Yeah.
y'all are feeling confused, same thing here. I don't know what's going on, but
Just watch them.
Plus,
just a good
the
movie.
the acting in that movie, I thought was really good. I think his name is John David Washington. Oh, other side note.
He doesn't even have a name. In the
Yeah,
movie.
so in the movie, the main character is not named. He's just called the protagonist.
Yeah.
But
He doesn't have. I didn't even notice that. I was watching YouTube
Yeah.
videos after. And I'm like, oh, he doesn't even have a name.
We were walking on the movie, and me and Hussein, I think we're talking about the main character, and we're like, does he have a name? I forgot his name.
Yeah.
And then eventually found out, oh, he doesn't have a name.
And he wasn't even like the main part of the movie. I would say he's kind of like a middleman between the director and the plot. He's like kind of like serving the plot to us a little bit, and he's like not
Mhm.
even the main character. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay. There's also this thing that got widely popular on Netflix over the quarantine. It's called Social Dilemma, if I'm not wrong. Celebrities were talking about it. I think my dad even talked about it, and you guys talked about it. I think Usher watched it. I haven't. It seems
I
really
haven't watched it
interesting.
Basically, it's about
what is
social media, and it's like representatives from Twitter, like some really high up guy at Twitter, from Pinterest, people from Facebook, everywhere. They all sat down for this documentary, and they just like tattletale. They said everything in the app is meant to keep you in the app. They send out reminders at specific points in the day, so you click on it. They study human emotions, so they know what gives you like the dopamine hit that makes you want to click on a button or to keep scrolling.
Oh, that's true.
Everything is designed down to like the font color to make sure that you keep as much time on like Instagram, for example. That's why on Facebook there's not a dislike button, because that's just negative and you want no negatives. That's why there's a like
Same
button.
with Instagram, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And
YouTube
just
does
about like
dislike.
yeah.
So don't dislike our video, please. Just keep liking.
Oh, the guy who
Yeah.
made the YouTube algorithm was there, and he said that
It's interesting.
nobody at those companies is like evil. They don't want their creations to be like such mind controlling things, but in the moment you think you're creating like this beautiful creature, like he said, Mark Zuckerberg thought that Facebook would be a connection tool, but then it got away from them. Lots of people, they just left the company because like it was morally wrong, and they said it's just that's not the way people are supposed to behave. You're like messing with society. Plus, that's not to mention like the election and all the drama that happened there.
Facebook is gonna end off in the next couple of years. I think the whole company is gonna go. But the thing is, they have branched out. They have Instagram, they have WhatsApp, they have Facebook, and I think if they keep buying stuff, maybe they can stay relevant. But it's all gonna go down from now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they want to demonopolize social media, and they want to break up the big companies like Google. They want to break up Alphabet. They want to break up Twitter. All those companies.
Let's stick with the actual documentary.
Oh yeah, my bad. So yeah, documentary itself, I thought it was really good. I'm not a big user of social media, so I wasn't like mind boggled by it. I already kind of knew that it was designed that way. But I would watch it, especially if you're our age or like in your 20s. I would watch it.
Yeah, I think I watched a video. There was like a random video that kind of connects with like the actual social media part and they're like the dopamine part, and like you kind of like when you're first, you guys notice how first time on Instagram or first time doing something new, like getting a new watch or something, or like a phone, and you have that dopamine hit where it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna love this for the rest of my life as long as I have it. And then the next couple of days you're like, oh, it's so dull and stuff. That's the same thing that's happening with social media, and like you're gonna spend more time on it the longer time you have spent on it, the more you're gonna need more from it.
You're gonna get addicted to it.
Yeah,
addicted. Yeah, it's basically
because
that.
you're gonna need that same amount of dopamine that you wanted to get, that you need or you want to get when you first got it. Like that's just a manipulative scheme that like the business and like the social media have gone into. I think that I don't know if that's an idea on Social Dilemma.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, for me, the problem, I mostly use it for news. And I'm not addicted exactly. My parents am, but I'm not. I feel like I'm not.
That's what an addict
because
is.
most of most of the time I'm on my phone is because of a call with you guys or some other guy. I'm just checking transfer news or Barcelona news. So I think that's it for movies and TV shows.